Yokeup, you recently asked all atheists to prove that they were atheists because, according to the Bible, everyone has the Word of God written on their heart, and thus couldn't be an atheist. Further, you contend that the only reason people are atheists is so that they can get away with sins, and that if they didn't want to do these sins, they would clearly be Christians. So, to address the first claim, I'm going to ask you, well, can you prove that you're a Christian? And the answer is, you can't. You can't prove what goes on in your mind. I can't prove what goes on inside of my mind. It makes sense to assume that when somebody tells you how they feel or think, they're probably telling the truth unless they have a reason not to. Which brings us to the second point. You say that we try to dismiss the Word of God because we want to do sinful actions. First of all, even if we did believe in God, we could still do the same actions regardless. So why would you do the extra step to claim that there is no God? It would seem pointless to do so. Furthermore, there's other religions which have similar tenets. However, they also have a claim that if you don't believe their particular religion, you go to hell. Now, why would people who are willing to do the exact same actions and go through the exact same behaviors unless they don't believe your God exists? Because there's other religions which have similar tenets and whose people believe in a different God, clearly there is not some innate understanding or belief in God. Therefore, it stands to reason that atheists are, in fact, atheists and just don't believe in God. It is not some sort of conspiracy to try to hide their sinfulness, because if you believed in God, according to the Bible, He knows regardless. There'd be no point at all to say that you weren't a Christian, unless you aren't a Christian. So I think I pretty much disproved your original point, so I'm going to move on. You say that atheists enjoy being sinful, and while I'm not sure what your definition of sinful is, it might just be being an atheist. If being sinful is causing harm to other people, if it's being malevolent and destructive and violent and cruel, ask yourself if you know even one atheist who isn't that way, and you've pretty much disproved that idea. Moving on. The next issue is you say that you can't see a thought. And I would strongly disagree with this statement. If you do just a bit of research, you'll find out that scientists very well understand the basics of how the brain works. They understand the components, the mechanisms, the chemicals involved. Finally, I disagree with you on the idea that morality is caused by a little man, as you described it. Neither in the Bible nor in science is that concept found. In the Bible, that knowledge is the result of eating from the fruit of the tree of knowledge, and according to science, that is the result of evolution creating programmed functions for societal norms, which we call morals. And I think that about wraps this up, but I hope that if you decide to respond to this, you'll be civil and you'll be logical from now on out. Peace.